Let's start with our next chapter, chapter number 8. It is about transport in plants. Our key objective will be understand xylem and phloem functions, to explore water movement through plants, investigate water transport mechanism, learn about transpiration process, and understand the translocation of nutrients. Let's start with xylem structure and function. So it is composed of dead, empty cells called xylem vessels. These vessels run through trunks and branches. The walls made of strong lignin substance. It has a dual purpose, structural support for trees and also water transportation pathway it provides. Let's talk about water absorption and movement. Root hair functions. It absorbs water and mineral ions from soil. It has large surface area, increases absorption. Water enters through osmosis. Next we have water movement pathway. Key transport mechanism include osmosis through cell membranes, diffusion along concentration gradients, water potential differences, capillary action like drinking through a straw. Let's talk about transpiration process. The definition is loss of water vapor from plant. Primarily occurs through leaf stomata. Transpiration stream. Water evaporates from mesophyll cell wall. Water vapor diffuses through stomata. Continuous water replacement from xylem vessels. Stomata characteristics. Let's talk about what are the characteristics of stomata. It is more prevalent on leaf underside. It is located in lower epidermis of leaf. It regulates water loss and gas exchange. Hence the key concepts: osmosis. The description is water movement across membranes. The significance is primary transport mechanism. Next is root hairs. They are thin cellular projections. They maximize water absorption. Next is xylem vessels. They are lignin walled transport tubes. Water and structural support it gives. Next we have stomata, leaf surface openings, and they regulate transpiration. Our potential exam focus area includes water movement mechanism, transpiration stream, xylem vessel structure, osmosis and root hair functions. Now let's talk about plant water movement and transpiration. First see, what is the water movement in plants? So we have to understand water movement can be challenging. Two potential starting perspective can be top down, which is called as transpiration. Another is bottom up, which is with the help of root hairs. Conditions affecting transpiration rate. Environmental factors. Number 1, temperature. Higher temperature, faster transpiration. Wind speed. More wind, faster water vapor diffusion. Humidity. Higher humidity, slower transpiration. Now let's talk about molecular mechanism. Temperature effects. Increased kinetic energy of water molecule. When the temperature is higher, then you have more kinetic energy and hence the water will be more evaporated. Faster evaporation from mesophyll cells. This is the location from where the water evaporates. Quicker water vapor diffusion. Next is wind effects. It removes water vapor around the leaf, maintains strong diffusion gradient and accelerates water loss. Now we have wilting phenomena. It occurs when water loss exceeds water uptake. Conditions triggering wilting: high temperature, windy environment and low humidity. Cellular changes: cell becomes flaccid, leaves tissue lose structural support, leaves become soft and droopy. Next we have translocation of nutrients, sources and sinks. Source, plant part producing nutrients, typically leaves. Sink, plant part receiving nutrients. Nutrient transportation, primarily sucrose and amino acids, transported through phloem tubes, bi-directional movement possible. Next we have seasonal adaptation. So wet season, leaves actively photosynthesizing, producing and transporting sucrose. In dry season, stored material becomes sources. Roots convert stored starch to sucrose. Example, baobab tree adaptations. Wet season, leaves produce sucrose. Dry season, stored starch becomes source. It demonstrates flexible nutrient management in plants. Key differences between xylem and phloem. Transport. Number 1, xylem, unidirectional upward movement. Water transport driven by transpiration. Next is phloem, bidirectional nutrient transport and flexible source sink dynamics. Now let's talk about plant transport systems, xylem and phloem, fundamental transport tissues. Key functions: xylem, transport water and mineral ions, provides structural support to the plant, found in different location depending on plant part. In roots, they are in the central location, in stem groups near outer edge, in leaves located in veins. Phloem transports sucrose and amino acids, moves nutrients from sources to sinks through translocation. Now let's talk about xylem vessels characteristics, structural adaptations. Thick, strong walls containing lignin, no living cell contents. Cells joined end to end without cross walls, specialized for efficient water transport and support. Next, let's talk about water movement in plants. So, number 1, root hair cells. A large surface area maximizes water and mineral ion absorption with the help of root hair cells. Water pathway, number 1, root hair cells, root cortex, then it reaches to xylem and then phloem cells in leaves. Now let's talk about transpiration process. Definition: movement of water vapor from leaf air spaces to external environment. It occurs through stomata, driven by water vapor evaporation from mesophyll cell wall. Let's talk about some of the transpiration factors. Factor: temperature, very important. Higher temperature increases molecular kinetic energy and it speeds up evaporation. Next is wind speed. It increases water vapor diffusion gradient. Next we have humidity. Low humidity accelerates water loss. Now let's continue water movement mechanism. So transpiration pull, reduce pressure at xylem vessels top. Attractive molecular forces create continuous water column, helps water move upward against gravity. Let's talk about plant water stress. Wilting occurs when water loss exceeds absorption, result in cell loss of turgidity, which is rigidity. Plant water transport and stomata. Xylem vessels structure and function. Key structural characteristics: composition, walls made of cellulose and lignin, no cytoplasm or nuclei, dead cells with no cross walls between them. As you have seen that there are so many times repetition of xylem and phloem, which means that these two are very important for examination point of view as well. Functional advantages: support, lignin provides structural strength, helps keep plant upright, supports weight of heavy trees. Water transport, Continuous tube from roots to leaves. Vessel diameter about 15 to 200 micrometer. Prevents water column from breaking. Alright, now vessel's diameter significance. Narrow enough to maintain water column integrity. Wide enough to allow substantial water flow. Root water uptake mechanism. The important here is root hair characteristics. Large surface area, as it is already discussed before, it maximizes water absorption, increases contact with soil moisture. Next is water absorption process, direct uptake from soil through root hair cells. Then utilizes osmosis and molecular attraction. Water movement pathway, root from roots to leaves. Transpiration and water movement. Water moves through interconnected air spaces. Molecular attraction between water molecules facilitates movement. Stomata plays crucial role in water vapor regulation. Let's talk about stomata, functions and regulation. Key roles: allows carbon dioxide diffusion, controls water vapor loss, respond to plant hydration levels. What are the behavioral patterns of stomata? Stomatal behavior: open conditions, facilitates photosynthesis, enable carbon dioxide intake. Closed condition: prevent excessive water loss, protect against dehydration. Now let's talk about water loss and plant hydration. Factors affecting hydration: number 1, temperature, number 2, wind speed, number 3 factor is humidity, and the number 4th factor is soil moisture levels. Dehydration consequences can be reduced cellular water content, potential wilting, impaired physiological functions. Let's talk about phloem versus xylem transport. Distinctive characteristics, very important. Transport type, direction. Xylem is unidirectional, phloem is bidirectional. Material transported: xylem transport water, phloem transport organic nutrients. Cell status: xylems are dead cells, phloems are living cells. Now let's talk about plant anatomy and transport system. Vascular bundles and tissues positioning. The key concept here is vascular bundles are groups of xylem and phloem tissues that play crucial roles in plant structure and function. Positioning of vascular bundles. Root, vascular tissue located at the center. Stem, vascular bundles arranged in a ring near the outer edge. Leaves, vascular bundles help support leaves and position them to capture sunlight. Tissues component. Tissues type are xylem and phloem. The primary function of xylem is water transport and the primary function of phloem is nutrient transport. Important point. Now let's talk about root structure and water uptake. Root anatomy. Root cap, protective covering at the root tip. Epidermis, outer layer of root cells. Root hairs, specialized epidermal cell, extend from root surface, short-lived, replace at root grows, critical for water absorption. Next we have root hair characteristics. Develop slightly behind the root tip, increase surface area for water absorption. This is an important point, many times they have repeated in these notes. Damaged by soil particles, continuously replaced during root growth. Next is xylem vessels. The functions of these xylem vessels are water transportation and structural support. Structural characteristics composed of specialized cell walls, designed for efficient water movement, and structural adaptation support water transport. With this, we have finished this chapter. See you in our next chapter.